Hi, my name's Tree, and I want to welcome you all to my first ever Frugal Living Weekly Podcast. I'm so excited to be joining you all and sharing my story of how my family and I live frugally. I'm looking forward to discussing all the latest issues around saving money, gardening, budgeting, and all things frugalista. Frugal Living Weekly isn't just about me though. I want all of you guys out there in podcast land to join in, share your views, ask questions, and send in your suggestions. So Frugal Living isn't just about me, it's about helping each other. You can contact me on Facebook or leave your comments below. I shall get started and talk about how my family and I now live a frugal life as is possible in these modern times. Back in 2012, my family and I were forced to review our finances. Our budget was being squeezed and we were finding it difficult to make ends meet. We have a mortgage and we had a loan and we had credit cards. We, like a lot of people, had been enticed into getting credit cards and we were now having to pay them back. We weren't using them, but we were paying back what we'd used in the past. But we were finding it difficult and it was hard, and we were just managing to meet all our bills and with nothing left at the end of the month. So we sought advice and we used the internet, and I have to say there's a lot of information out there on the internet that can help you. So like I say, we sought advice and we made a plan and we spoke to our creditors and we explained the situation, and they were happy to help and to reduce, in some cases, reduce the bill, and well, not reduce the bill, but reduce some of the interest on the payments, and came to some agreements with them. So that made it a lot easier. But we knew we just couldn't leave it there. We knew there were a lot of other things that we needed to do. So like I said, we got a plan, and part of that plan was, obviously, the most important thing was we needed to be honest, and we knew we needed to stick to all of this for it to make it work and for it to be able to get ourselves straight. So some of the things that we do as part of being frugal and sticking to a budget and making it all work for us is, so a lot of it is just simple stuff. So for like when we go shopping, we have a budget. Before we even get to the shops, we've made a shopping list, and so that we can stick to that budget. I'm actually quite OCD about my kitchen cupboards. They're all lined up. My tins are lined up in little rows. If any of you have listened to my blog will know that I've already said that they're all lined up in little rows like tin soldiers. So once we hit the shops, I've also got a budget I have to stick to. So I'm looking out for the best deals. I'm looking out for the best prices. It might not even be the buy one get one free. They're not always the best deal. I'm also using coupons, and I'm using the apps that you can get on your phone and your tabs. That gives us money and helps with our budget. But there's also other simple little things that help us with our shopping budget. And so we do a lot of home baking. I find a lot of it is so much cheaper to do home baking. So like making pancakes is so much cheaper. I've recently just put up a blog about how I made pancakes for 3p each. That's so much cheaper. So 14 pancakes came to 42p. That is a lot cheaper than buying supermarket ones. So when I go to the supermarket, I don't always buy my fruit and vegetables from the supermarket. A lot of the times I will go to my local market if I need something. They are so much cheaper. I also have an allotment which I tend to, and an allotment provides us with a lot of the fruit. Well, not necessarily the fruit, because we don't have an awful lot. So we have a lot of soft fruit. So it provides us with a lot of soft fruit in season, and a lot of vegetables. So like potatoes and onions and leeks. There's so much. I've actually really enjoyed growing the onions. They're probably the easiest thing to grow. And so they keep us going, and they provide a cheap source of fruit and vegetables there with the allotment. But back to the shopping. So when we're shopping, so I've got my budget, and I also have my shopping list, which you have to take with you. I've forgotten it before, and then you end up overspending, and then you can ultimately waste food, which is the waste of money. But I also have a meal plan. So before I even do my shopping list, I've got a meal plan. I've written out exactly what I'm going to make for the week, and then I make my shopping list accordingly. Then I can go shopping. Other ways that we do to manage our budget is also for being creative. I don't do it very often, but I do make some of my clothes. So I've made skirts, and I made all sorts of other bits and pieces, trousers, and lots of other bits and pieces. I also do home furnishings around the house, some cushions, and I'm actually going to put up on the blog, the website, about how I make my cushions out of old jeans and old bits of fabric. Blankets, we make crochet blankets. It's really simple, creative stuff. We make our own cards, we make our own gifts. So like we make jams and chutneys. The tomatoes we've grown from our garden, we make that, and they're excellent gifts. You just have to put a really pretty label on, and we put a bit of cloth around the top with some ribbon, and it looks amazing. It looks like it's been brought from a farmer's market. So there's some really easy ways to save some money. So anyway, going back, because I've digressed a bit there, but it is information that I wanted to tell you, is so after we sort our advice and we've got a plan for getting on track and getting our budget right, we search the internet for lots of advice, and I just wanted to give you some websites that you can go to that are really useful. There's the Money Advice Service, which I call MAR, which is a governmental advice website, and they have got a lot of information on there. But there's also the Citizens Advice Bureau that have got a big website, and you can actually, in some towns they have them there, but they've got one here in our town, which is, I have to say, they get really busy, and I think you'll find there'll probably be a waiting list to see them, but they will really help you. But of course there's the high profile guys out there like Martin Lewis with his Money Saving Expert website, and he's got his program currently running on Fridays evenings, how to save your money and how to budget. It's really excellent. His website is massive. He's got forums and template letters on there that you can use to write to your creditors, asking them to perhaps hold the interest on your credit card loans. There is absolutely masses on there, and that's a really useful website, and we used it a lot, and we still use it a lot because he's always updating, and he's got his newsletter that he sends out. I think it's every month, and I have that sent to me via email. I will say at this point that if you have got debts that really are becoming unmanageable, you really do need to speak to your creditors and explain the situation. You really can't bury your head in the sand, because it's not going to go away. And I'll also say at this point that I'm no expert. I'm just a mum, a wife who is managing her own home budget, her own finances. I have no financial experience whatsoever, no credentials. So I really think that if you have a really big issue, you need to contact somebody who will give you professional advice. But it's nice that if you're listening to me, that I can help you and give you some hints and tips along the way. So coming back to my debts, we are actually still paying them off. They are going down, and we're really excited about that. But we just have to work at it, because otherwise it's never going to go. And we're going to keep on track and keep on our budget. I'm also going to say that we have had slip-ups. I'm not going to fib, and I'm not going to lie. We have, and there has been on a couple of occasions, perhaps more than a couple, of where we've said, "Oh, let's have a takeaway," and we've had a takeaway, and it hasn't dented our budget too much. But we knew that 20-25, maybe £30 on something else other than a takeaway, maybe buying something that we didn't really need. You know, all these little spends, they do add up. And they will make a difference if you don't keep control of it. And so what we implemented was a takeaway jar. So every week we put a couple of pounds in there, and when somebody says, "Oh, Mum," or "Can we have a takeaway?" we count what we've got, and if we've got enough, we have something. So maybe the kids can have a takeaway, maybe they can have a pizza, or they can have some fish and chips, whatever it is that they want, but only if we've got the money in that jar. And if we haven't, we can't have it. We can't spend what we haven't got. Another jar that we've also implemented and started is for my little boy. He's 9. And obviously, as you can imagine, children in summer holidays, they need to be entertained. Otherwise, they're going to go crazy. They're going to drive you mad in 6 weeks, or at Easter when you've got a couple of weeks off. So we've also got a jar there. So what I do with my jar for my little boy is I open my purse up every now and again, and the odd shrapnel, the odd change goes in there. And so we use that in the holidays for days out and treats. So it could be anything from an ice cream from the ice cream van that comes around in the summer holidays around our street, or we use them to go to maybe the cinema if we've got enough money, or if we've really saved hard, especially in the summer holiday, we use it to maybe go to the zoo or something like that. Really have got to have saved half of that one because zoos are really not cheap. But, you know, kids need to be entertained. And if we haven't got enough money in there, then we really do have to find free ways of entertaining him. And he's quite happy with the park and the picnic, or because we live on the coast, the south coast of England, we've got the sea, we've got a lovely beach, and that's a great way, especially if it's a sunny day, it's a good way to entertain. So I hope you're joining me over on my blog, my website, and I've also got that on Facebook. I'm putting lots of hints and tips and posting up my blogs when I'm putting them up. I'm generally putting them up every week, not every week, I'm generally putting them up every day, every 2 days, thereabouts. But I just wanted to finish by saying about our budget, our finances. I know I haven't gone into it massively because I could be here for a long time, but I just wanted to say that after 3 years of starting our frugal journey, we're still budgeting, and we know we're going to be budgeting right till we've paid everything off, and we know that's going to be a few years yet. But we do review our finances every 3 months religiously to see where we can improve and save money. In fact, I have to say now, I've just had my recent phone bill in, and I've had a letter in there to say that our phone bill is actually, a landline is actually, the price is increasing. And so I'm not actually happy about that. So I'm going to go onto the internet to see if I can find a better deal with another company. Comparison websites to see if I can get some cash back. Free money, I love it. That's excellent. That can go to paying the bills. That would be really good. Okay, I just wanted to finish up here now because I think I've been talking for about 15 minutes or more, and I don't want this podcast to be too long. I'm kind of mindful that probably a lot of you listening are mums and for children, so you're kind of busy. But I just wanted to say that we know that once we've freed ourselves from the shackles of our debts, we will be so pleased. But in a way, we kind of think that maybe we'll carry on our frugal journey. Kind of because we enjoy knowing that we've made our money work for us and that we haven't given it away needless to all those credit card companies. So anyway, that's all I've got to say really for the moment until next week. When I have another topic. Don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, so if you've got any suggestions, please let me know. Drop it over onto the Facebook page. It's Frugal Living Weekly Podcast, or you can go to the Frugal Living Facebook page as well, or you could just come over to my website. All the links you need about today's podcast I'll pop in the description bar below. If you liked what you heard and you want to subscribe, please do. I really would like that, actually. That would be nice. And all I've got left to say is take care, thanks for listening, and bye.